How do you know if your religion has gone wrong? We're going to study the Lori Vallow Daybell case and talk about the warning signs. Well, hello, my silky friends. Yeah, I have been very troubled by the Lori Daybell case. Whew, man, is it disturbing. So let me first say that I am not bashing any religion. I am a very spiritual person, but if you're following Lori Daybell, you cannot help but just be flabbergasted as how she's acting about her kids and the insanity that ensues. So let's talk a little bit about what she believed. If you don't know the Lori Daybell case, there's a lot of history and multiple marriages and questionable activities, to say the least. But in the end, she had a teenage daughter named Tylee and a younger son named JJ. Both of them disappeared. She told various stories. They're staying with this one, they're staying with that one. Her husband had recently been, kind of mysteriously unalived. A lot of questions there. And she married a guy whose wife was also strangely unalived. And 12 days later, they got married, wouldn't answer questions about where the kids are, etc., etc. Eventually, they find the remains of the children on the new husband, Chad Daybell's property. It's a whole big mess. But I'm not really talking about the details of the case today. I want to talk about what happened in Lori Vallow's mind. Because when I look at interviews of, family members and friends who knew her for years, they said she was a great mother. She would do anything for her kids. They were her life. So I started to wonder, is she just a master manipulator? Or did she really seriously go downhill after meeting Chad Daybell? After meeting Chad, she began to follow kind of some of his beliefs and believe that people were either light or dark. If they were too dark, they became zombies and you just couldn't do anything with them. They just had to be. So let's just say, hypothetically, that she was a good mother. Was it just love or infatuation that made her do what she did? Or did she fall into that trap that a lot of people do when they, join cults? I mean, look at Jim Jones and numerous other ones. How does someone get from sanity to going completely down the rabbit hole? A lot of what I am going to say is going to be based on Christianity because, that is pretty mainstream. Now, Lori was a Mormon, but the Book of Mormon is, they say in their commercials that it is another testament of Jesus Christ. So I'm thinking, they're kind of similar, at least, right? However, on one hand, you have this group of people saying some people are so dark they're zombies and you just have to get rid of them. So let's take a really quick look at what the Bible talks about as far as, possession. I know not everybody believes in angels, demons, whatever. I do happen to, but let's say that you believe someone is demonically possessed. You have the story in the Bible where the demoniac comes running out of the catacombs and basically a cemetery. And he's foaming at the mouth, he's tearing at his clothes, he's just wild and crazy. If you are going to base a decision made on a religious principle, what Jesus did is he cast out that demon right there. He did not unalive him, okay? So where, Lori, did you think that this was okay? So let's look at some of the signs of a cult leader or, kind of check yourself. Are you going down the rabbit hole? Everybody needs a self-check sometimes. Number one, if it goes against the scriptures or, whatever belief system that you have, okay, if there is a code written out and somebody is telling you to do something that is against that, that is a number one red flag. Is it okay to question some things? Of course it is. But something like this should make you go, Okay, here's a big one. If the beliefs that you are listening to, the teaching, is held by one individual, normally this is what happens. You have some charismatic person and you think they have this new truth. Everybody always has a new revelation, okay? That is how these things start, with not just questioning an interpretation of a scripture or an idea, but I am the enlightened one, okay? That should be a big red flag. These one-person wonders, it's a little sus. Another red flag is if that person or group of people demand unquestioning, devoted loyalty. If they get angry when you try to talk and debate their beliefs, that is a red flag. Anybody who is not just trying to manipulate, they are going to be willing to talk and explain to you why they believe what they do. Do you see where I'm coming from? If somebody tells you to do something and you don't feel right in your gut about it, then don't do it. And if that causes a problem with somebody and they want to cut you off or condemn you to eternal darkness or whatever, walk away. Just walk away. I think there is a lot of fear, built into these cults, in that you're going to lose your friends, your family, all that. Yeah, you might. You're probably not going to be welcome in the cult anymore once you start questioning. But guess what? That is okay. People start over all the time. If somebody's going a little bit sideways, you better question what is going on and question their motives. Now, the third red flag, and I really don't even understand why I have to mention this, but apparently people need to hear it. If it goes against the law or your moral code, such as unaliving someone, committing a heinous crime that hurts another person, there is a reason it's illegal. If your leader or your friend or whomever is telling you to do something that is against the law, you really need to look at it as a red flag, even if it's just your moral code. Someone who loves you, someone who values you, is not going to ask you to break your moral code for something that they say is a new truth. People who abide by the cult rules, this is why they end up, either unalived or in a complete mess, their lives destroyed, their families broken up because of some BS that somebody told them. It's okay to question, sweetheart. Please do. And you have to remember that anybody seeking the truth will not get angry if you are seeking the truth. Also, even if you disagree. I feel like if Lori had not been blinded by love, she would have realized that her kids were her priority. If Chad couldn't accept that or didn't want them, whatever. Bye. So anyway, these are my thoughts. I think that there may be a lot of things going on with Lori Vallow. Maybe she has a personality disorder, or maybe she just has some mental health issues and she became easy prey. I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts. If you are interested in the Lori Vallow case, I'm just throwing this video up here quick because this disturbs me. But I know a lot of you love it. If you want to see more, hit the like button, comment below and tell me, yes, we want to hear Lori Vallow, or whatever. Anyway, I hope you have a great week. I will see you next time, and remember to stay silky. And maybe ask some questions.